International Kashmir Conference on Challenges and Prospects was held at European Parliament. It was chaired by jointly Anthea McIntyre MEP, co-chair of Friends of Kashmir Group in the European Parliament, Richard Corbett MEP and Chairman Jammu Kashmir Self-Determination Movement International Raja Najabut Hussain. In attendance were MEPs, Pakistani senators, Kashmiri stakeholders and leadership of different parties.
Conflict in Kashmir is one of the longest running disputes in the world. And of course, as is always the case, it's the ordinary Kashmiri people who are the ones who are suffering. They are the victims of this somewhat forgotten conflict. I've been co-chair of the Friends of Kashmir group in the European Parliament for some years, and I was so pleased to be able to visit Azad Jammu and Kashmir last week. It seems longer ago now, but it was only last week. And I think there is nothing like visiting a place to understand how things are on the ground and to get a real feel for the situation. So I was very grateful to the Pakistan government for inviting me to be part of a delegation that went with the all-party parliamentary group on Kashmir in the Westminster UK Parliament. So we had with us the chairman of the group, who is Chris Leslie, a Labour MP. We had Imran Hussain, another Labour MP. We had Lord Qurban Hussain, who is a Liberal Democrat Lord, and we had Faisal Rashid, an MP from Warrington. So we had all three UK parties represented.
Anthea McIntyre MEP expressed her views on her recent visit to Azad Kashmir and Pakistan. She said it was a very successful visit where she was able to expose the real situation of the Pakistan-held Kashmir region. She explained in the conference she is very much satisfied with the peaceful and stable situation in Azad Kashmir.
One of our tasks, and I speak as co-chair of the Friends of Kashmir group in the European Parliament, one of our big tasks is to make our colleagues from other countries than the United Kingdom more aware of the situation and of the realities and the challenges. That will become even more important if Brexit goes ahead.
There is a real understanding of the issues to do with Kashmir, but there is a bit of a problem looming in the sense that we're all about to go because Brexit is very much on the horizon. And I do think it's very important that as a British member of the European Parliament, that over the final 6 months that we're here, that we make sure that parliamentarians from across Europe, all the other European countries, are willing to take a lead on this issue too. Because the human rights abuses that are going on absolutely need to be condemned not just by British members of the European Parliament, but by parliamentarians from across the whole of Europe.
You know, I think if you do your job properly, then you're standing up for all your constituents. And it's because I have such a large diaspora of people from Kashmir that I wanted to make sure that I was standing up for the brothers and sisters.
The people of the state of Jammu and Kashmir are the only people defined by the United Nations. You know, we have been defined as a people. Define yourself. As Ambassador Hashmi rightly said, that we need to delink ourselves from India-Pakistan conflict. Define yourself as a people, as we have been defined by the United Nations. So it's a definition accepted by 194 countries. That means the civilized world has defined you. So do not let go your definition as a Kashmiri. The United Nations has done us one more favor. They have defined our case. It's not only right of self-determination. There are 4 components. They are rights and dignity, security and self-determination. So we are climbing up the top of the tree and ignoring the 3 important segments. That is our rights, our dignity and our security.
What has been happening over the years with the people of Kashmir, Pakistan has played a significant role in terms of raising its voice all across, and particularly at this forum, which can really help in terms of getting the world realized that what exactly is happening in Kashmir, and that needs to be stopped.
Serious issues and concerns in regards to some of the questions and points that are raised. Why does India not allow a delegation to go to Kashmir, whether it's MPs or MEPs? The requests have been made on many occasions, and this has been debated on many occasions. Do they have something to hide? I mean, we all know the answer to that.
It is the militarization that defines the rules, with over 800,000 soldiers controlling the population of 8 million. That's about one fully armed soldier for every 8 civilians. Can you imagine the terror that's going through a civilian's while walking through the streets of Kashmir? A fully armed soldier who's been backed up by the draconian law such as an AFSFA, an Armed Force Special Powers Act, that pretty much makes him a God-driven law where they can abuse, kill, rape, molest, torture any civilian with no excuse, with no reason, with no trial, of complete impunity.
Both nuclear powers, the two countries during the last 7 decades have always remained on the brink of war, and any confrontation between them can turn into a nuclear catastrophe. The core issue between Pakistan and India is Jammu and Kashmir. As such, peace and stability, not only in South Asia but all across the globe, is endangered due to the dispute over Kashmir.
In last 4 years, since Modi took over as an Indian Prime Minister, there have been over 7,000 ceasefire violations by Indian along the ceasefire line.
Indian troops, paramilitary forces and police personnel during the raid on colleges and schools, causing damage to infrastructures and property of the education institution, create more fear, confusion and chaos among society.
British European members of Parliament know and they understand the issue of Kashmir, and you will see from history right up to today, they have been at the forefront of being representing and being standing shoulder to shoulder with the people of Kashmir.
A report by the US Department said Indian authorities used Armed Forces Special Power Act AFSPA to avoid holding its security forces responsible for the death of civilians in Jammu and Kashmir.
70 years of the struggle for Kashmir, although relatively a long time, for international affairs it is not so long. However, for over 70 years, so comparably, it is not at the state level. However, seems that we do not want to wait another 70 years for Kashmir to get the self-determination.
Chairman Jammu Kashmir Self-Determination Movement International Raja Najabut Hussain expressed his views and said he will continue to struggle for the self-determination of the Kashmiri nation, not only in the European Parliament but also in every effective platform available in the world. He also announced his future programs and plans at the end. SM Irfan Tahir, World News, Brussels.